Hello, my name is Gabby DeMontsantos, and I'm the Community Engagement Manager with the Davis Phinney Foundation. And I am here right now with Sherry Prince with PDWELL. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And so I just have a couple of questions for you, Sherry. First, tell me about yourself and how you started PDWELL and what your role is there now.
Sure. I'm a physical therapist by background. I've been working in the Parkinson's community for about 8, probably 9 years now, and just really interested in not only the therapy aspect of what people with Parkinson's need to live well, but the community wellness and education aspect. And so that really led me to the idea or the concept of starting a freestanding Parkinson's clinic that includes all of those things, which would be physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy that's focused on Parkinson's. Specialty trained therapists for Parkinson's in those areas, as well as the community wellness side. So group community exercise classes that are focused on Parkinson's, as well as small group. So folks that maybe don't do well in a large group class, but enjoy the aspect of exercising with a few people, and then also personal training that's specific to Parkinson's. And then also the third kind of pillar of it would be education. So constantly providing quality education related to Parkinson's and for folks with Parkinson's and their caregivers. So that is what PDWELL is, really, this freestanding place where folks can come to get all of those things related to Parkinson's. And my role right now at PDWELL is that I'm the director. I do lead some of the exercise classes. I will be doing the therapy as well, but then also just kind of managing the whole clinic.
Fantastic. That sounds amazing. And then also you've been such a valuable member to our Community Action Committee in Nebraska, and I should have mentioned that at the top of this, and we're just so thankful for your engagement and just can-do attitude towards helping create positive change in your community and helping make all of these amazing things happen. So thank you for that on behalf of your community.
Well, thank you. I've really enjoyed working on that committee and just working with the Davis Phinney Foundation. I really find a lot of value in the resources that are provided, and I've been able to share those with a lot of the folks that I interact with, and I feel like there's a lot of value in them, so I love being able to be involved.
Well, thank you. So then expanding on PDWELL, I think it's pretty evident based on your description, but maybe could you talk a little bit more about the resources that you have to help people with Parkinson's live well?
Sure. So again, the community classes, we kind of have a wide range that we're offering. As we know, we're kind of in a weird time frame here with coronavirus, but so right now a lot of our services are being offered online. But our goal would be to have a 4 or 5 different offerings a day for people with Parkinson's to come exercise. And we all know, based on our own personal preference, we don't all like the same kind of exercise. But what we want people with Parkinson's to have is Parkinson's specific exercise, no matter what kind of exercise they like to do. So everything from yoga to dance for PD to rock steady boxing, all sorts of different kinds of exercise, but with Parkinson's specific focus. So that's kind of the community exercise piece. I also have found it's really important to have an opportunity for people with Parkinson's to exercise, not just in a group class format. So I think some people just need someone to be able to exercise with. And I honestly am one of those people. I like to exercise with someone, with a friend, with someone. I'm more likely to do it. So I think the role of personal training in Parkinson's is really key to living well. So having that kind of checkpoint person, and I think the benefit of coming to a place like PDWELL is that it's very key to have someone that's trained in Parkinson's exercise, providing that personal training, instead of just possibly going to the gym and getting some good exercise. But if you're going to be spending time doing the exercise and you have Parkinson's, you should be getting Parkinson's specific exercise. It just makes sense. So that community exercise portion is huge for us. And then the education piece and the support piece is really important. So we've been able to start a caregiver support group that really looks at the issues of the immense amount of work that caregivers do taking care of folks with Parkinson's. And so keeping that relationship healthy, I think, is really key to living well. And so that support group has been very beneficial, I think, to those that participate. Also a young onset support group. So we know that people with Parkinson's, if they're diagnosed earlier, have a whole different range of issues that they might be dealing with than your typical kind of idiopathic Parkinson's disease onset. So really trying to have some different groups within our larger community that really can address some specific issues that people have. Unfortunately, not everybody has the same issues. And so it's good that we can have a space where we can address them individually. And then just overall sense of community, I guess, is what we're trying to develop. So not only just doing Parkinson's specific exercise or education, but really developing community while we're trying to do all of that, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to bring in some fun things that kind of combine everything we're working towards. So if we do a nutrition class, trying to learn about nutrition while also working on fine motor and cooking, and also working on standing balance while we do it. So kind of trying to add, I guess what I tell the people that come to my classes are, every time somebody comes to something at PDWELL, I want them to get something from each pillar of PDWELL. I want them to get some community, I want them to get some education, I want them to get some exercise. So no matter what we're doing, if we're doing an exercise class, they're probably going to get a little heavier on the exercise piece, but we also want them to get community and education. For doing education, same thing. So kind of no matter where you enter at PDWELL, we want you to get all three of those things every time you come. So.
That's fantastic. And an additional question, you'd mentioned some of the different specialists that people can come see for, like PT, OT, and speech. Are those kinds of services covered by insurance, or can people come and expect to just pay cash?
So our therapy pieces or therapy portion will be covered. That is kind of a unique area that we're at right now. So we have not achieved our Medicare certification yet. That's kind of a time, takes a little time under Medicare. So individually, all of us therapists certainly are approved to deliver services, but Medicare has to certify us as a whole, which takes some time. So it's a paperwork process time. So yes, they will be, they are not yet. So that's why we're actually not offering the therapy piece until we get that Medicare certification, because most people want their services paid for under Medicare. But yes, we'll be accepting all insurance and Medicare. And again, initially starting with PT, OT, and speech, and hoping to add some other things. I would really am looking at bringing on probably like some massage therapy, some other services that would be, adjunctive to the therapy services, and also that would be beneficial to the caregivers. I'd really like to be able to have a space where while you might bring your person with Parkinson's to come to Rock Steady Boxing, you can get a massage or you can do a yoga class. So kind of looking at how busy people with Parkinson's and their caregivers are, and trying to provide as much in one space that we can for both of them to live well. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's phenomenal. You already have so many incredible resources right now to help people with Parkinson's live well, and it sounds like it's only the beginning.
Yes, so there's fantastic. A lot of excitement, I think, that will be going forward as we look at the things that folks want. My other exciting thing I want to be able to do is really do some different sort of, we call them we're probably going to call them intensives, but so people can come and the person with Parkinson's can stay for, a morning or an afternoon and get their exercise, socialization, some education as well. And then what that does is for the caregiver, provides them an extended period of time to go get some things done that they need to get done while they know their person with Parkinson's is being well cared for and receiving benefit at the same time. And I think that that's huge, because a lot of times if you just go to an hour exercise class, you don't have that time to really go get anything done. So it feels like extra work for the caregiver to take the person with Parkinson's to their class. But if we can provide a little extended time, and the person with Parkinson's gets even more while they're there anyway, then I think we've provided a good service.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm really excited to see how that grows in time. Yeah.
Yes, me too.
And then my last question for you is, where can people go to find more information on PDWELL?
Right, so PDWELL is, obviously very evolving all the time, and now we've run into this little block of coronavirus like everyone has. But the best place I would say would be to go to pdwell.com, which is our website. On there we have, kind of explains everything we are doing and going to be doing. And then under the calendar page, you can really get into the detail of what we're currently offering. We're not offering any in-person classes at this very moment, but everything that we're offering online is on there, and it's color-coded, so you can see what's online. You can see what's designed for patient and caregivers. We also are doing some professional education, so CEUs that are Parkinson specific for therapy professionals, and so that's on there in another color-coded space as well.
Fantastic. I love the idea of color coding.
Yes, yeah, try and keep it simple.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sherry. I really appreciate it, and looking forward to more people knowing about PDWELL.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate the interview.